Well, welcome to Woodworking 1, Wood Manufacturing 1, I should say. I'm excited about this upcoming term as we head into term 3. Restrictions are starting to loosen here at the high school, and so we are going to be offering, Woods 1 is going to be 4 days a week. So we'll have every student, there are no more A days and B days. Every student will be coming Monday through Thursday for Woodworking 1 class. And I'm excited about what this means. We've had to, in all the other terms, do some sort of hybrid or distance model, and this time we get to kind of go back to the old-fashioned woods class where we get to build things and be here every day. So I'm excited for what that looks like. Right now on the screen you're seeing our Canvas page, and the Canvas pages, they change a little bit from term to term depending especially on what our schedule looks like this year, but you're going to find most of the information at the very top of the page if you need to get a hold of me. So if you've got concerns, you've got questions, my contact information is always going to be at the very top. And then there's going to be either a schedule or links to a schedule underneath of that. You can see this is this terms when we did the A days and B days. However, that's gone. So one of those columns will disappear and there'll be links to let you know what our assignments are going to be every day in class. This is going to change because we're back to an everyday model. So we're going to not have all the homework, the Zoom calls. In fact, unless something changes with their schedule, there will be no Zoom calls for Woods class this term. Fridays are going to be a day where I'll have sign-ups where if your student is behind, they can come in and work. Otherwise, there will be some sort of distance assignment on Friday. So I just want to say again, your student, it needs to be here every day except for Fridays. Starting the very first day of the term for Woods class. And I think returning to some sense of normalcy is just going to be an absolutely wonderful experience. I want to click through a couple of the things, what to expect on Woods class. If you're curious about what this looks like, because I don't think for parent-teacher conferences or there's going to be no open house night, you're not going to be able to come into the classroom to see what's happening. So Twitter is a great place where you get a feel for our classroom, you get a feel for some of the projects that students make. Some of the pictures are from Advanced Woods on Twitter, so not everything is going to get done by your student, but at least you can kind of get a feel for the shop. One of the things that we talk a lot about is how labor market has changed. And just give you a real quick rundown, this slide shows the fastest growing careers of the last 10 years in Minnesota. And the blue and black require less than a bachelor's degree. So some of them are tech school, some of them are apprenticeship, some of them are on-the-job training. The red ones require bachelor's degrees. So you can see the bachelor's degree is still important. Those jobs are still important, but there are so many skilled trade jobs that require some sort of an apprenticeship or trade school degree. And in fact, right now in Minnesota, the average technical college degree pays 10 grand more a year than the average 4-year degree. So we just opened the doors to some of those options. Now this class is for everybody. If you're going to go to a 4-year school and become an engineer, this class is great for you. You have the option to use a 3D modeling program called SketchUp, and you get to do your drawing there. You could send it to our CNC router, and that'll cut out the whole cabinet for you or parts of the cabinet for you. So you can do that. You can also learn the traditional way, the table saws, the panel saws, the miter saws. We got something for every student and whatever they're interested in. So this is not just for 2-year college or 4-year college or tech school kids. This class is for everyone. We just talk about different opportunities and different paths to success. I'm just clicking through quickly the things that we'll talk about on the first day, but I come from industry. I spent 6 years as a full-time cabinet maker. I still run my company. Here's a kitchen that I built not that long ago, and some other projects that my company has built. And so I really live in kind of this world of education and trades, and I love them both. And so I think I try to give kids a great perspective on careers that involve lots of different paths to get to that career. My first goal for Woods 1 class is to have fun. I want students to come in here and have a great experience. Having fun, all the research and education shows that if students enjoy class, they learn more, they want to come back for more, and they remember it longer. So I want to create an environment that your students like to be in. I want this to be a bright spot in their day. Second goal is to understand manufacturing. I realize that most students aren't coming here to become professional cabinet makers, and that's fine. I want this class to be useful no matter what the chosen career is. And part of that is understanding how manufacturing works, that there are designers, there's raw materials that get value added to them. Maybe it's a piece of wood that we can cut into a shape that now all of a sudden is a cutting board, and that $2 piece of wood is now worth $30. And then we got to do something with it. We got to sell it. So all along the way in manufacturing, from the sales staff to the design staff to the construction staff, to the end user that has to get it to the consumer. That is all in manufacturing. We talk about all of it in class. And so your student's going to come home with a beautiful project, but that project is a byproduct of them learning about how this whole process works. And understand there's a lot of careers in skilled trades that just doesn't get talked about a lot. The fact that a plumber can do a 5-year apprenticeship, or a sheet metal worker or electrician can do a 5-year apprenticeship, and at the end of the 5 years they're in an $80,000 a year job with no student loans and a credential that they could take anywhere in the country. That doesn't get talked about a ton, so we do it here. We learn about soft skills. So you'll see me, I'm big on making sure kids are here on time. If kids are tardy, I get after them. Like no swearing. Swearing is not professional, and so we don't tolerate language that wouldn't be tolerated in a customer's home. We want to start getting students trained into being professional. We learn that you're going to screw up. You're going to make mistakes, and that's great. We can learn a lot from mistakes, so we want to fail forward. To do that, we're going to learn woodworking equipment. So there are 9 safety tests that your students are going to have to watch. There's a demonstration that I do. They turn in a sheet that they fill out during that demonstration, and then they got to get 100% on a safety test before they can use a machine. That really makes sure that kids are educated well and they know how to safely operate the machine, and they're going to have every chance to not get hurt. Just for the record, the worst accident that I've had in here has been 3 stitches, and that's been in 13, 14 years of being a teacher, so we don't have a ton of accidents here. We're going to learn about design concepts. The very first project that we're going to build is a cutting board, and your students are going to get to design that, use our laser engraver if they want, even our CNC machine. So let's see if I can turn. We got a really beautiful, huge CNC machine over there. There's part of it. But that machine has revolutionized the manufacturing. And I don't care if you're making Harley-Davidson motorcycles, you work for a glass company, or you're in the wood manufacturing world. Robots do a lot, and students have in Woods 1 an opportunity to program that, to use it. They don't have to if they don't want to. So if you've got a student, or if you as a student just want to learn how to use the old-fashioned stuff, we've got that too. We've got something for everyone. Problem solving, decision making, time management is a big thing, because it's a big project that we work on. It's going to take us 6 weeks to build. We're going to teach you how to manage your time, to use it wisely so you finish. I'm going to skip through a lot of this stuff. We start out, there's some examples of cutting boards. We sometimes do hat racks, but that's only if a student really wants it. That's a project we're phasing out, and we've replaced with cutting boards. And I've got 5-6 rules. Be respectful, no earbuds. Be to class on time. Understand I am not perfect, and neither is your student. And this idea of working hard and smart. That's a funny story I share about the premarital counseling my wife and I got into when we were looking to get married. So I'd share that with the students. You can ask them about it after the first day. That's the nightstand that we're going to build. As long as we stay full every day for Monday through Thursday, that's the project your student will come home with. Now, if it looks like we're going to have to change learning models because COVID numbers have gone up, sometimes we do things like, instead of a drawer, we'll just put one bigger door, or we'll put adjustable shelves underneath of it instead of a door. We can modify it however time allows. And if your student flies, maybe you've got a ton of background experience and they want to do something for extra credit, these students built Adirondack chairs for extra credit at the end of the term. Grading for Woods 1, 70% is projects, which is great because most students in general, don't love taking tests. Tests are 20% of the grade, and assignments are 10% of the grade. That is Woods class. I'm really looking forward to having your students in class. I think it's going to be a great experience. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have questions. Looking forward to meeting your student, and at some point meeting you as well. Take care.